May we present to you the participating images for the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Blessing the images is our Rector and Parish Priest, Reverend Father Virgilio Saenz Mendoza.
The first karosa. The Holy Cross symbolizes salvation. Jesus Christ saves us away from our sins through the cross. Before the parish was established, the town was called Santa Cruz de Malabon. In relation on its historical value, in March 23, 1897, General Emilio Aguinaldo took his oath at the Convento Parroquial de Santa Cruz as the first president of the revolutionary government of the Philippines. The Holy Cross is enshrined at the diocesan shrine of St. Augustine. The image is under the care of our parish and the Familia de Peralta of Poblacion, Tanza, Cavite. San Agustin de Tanza. Augustine was born in Tagaste, Souk Aras, Algeria on November 13, 354. To Patricius, a pagan, and Monica, a fervent Catholic. He was endowed with abundant human and intellectual gifts, as well as an inquisitive mind and a passionate spirit, all of which brought him great pain at times that led his wayward years that caused much suffering to his mother, Saint Monica. With the help of Saint Ambrose of Milan, he was converted and baptized in 387. He was ordained priest in Hippo in 391 and became bishop of the see in 397. The image is under the care of Honorable Luisito de la Cruz, Municipal Administrator, Tanza, Cavite.
Our third karosa, San Jose. He is a first-century Jewish man from Nazareth who was a descendant of King David. The Gospels record his life, emphasizing his righteousness and obedience to God's will. As the husband of Mary, he was the legal and earthly father of Jesus. He is revered as a model of his spiritual authority and paternal care within the family. He is the patron saint of the Universal Church and is invoked for a happy death. He is also the patron saint of workers, fathers, carpenters, and many other professions and country. The image of San Jose is under the care of Don Elmer Calderon Pasco from Amaya, Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining this year's Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Señor Santo Niño. Santo Niño means Holy Child in Spanish and refers to the infant Jesus Christ, a title widely used in Filipino Catholicism. It is a religious devotion to the childhood of Jesus. The devotion to the Santo Niño symbolizes virtues like humility, simplicity, and obedience, and is considered a representation of God as a symbol of love, and the devotees in honor of Santo Niño as a representation of God, embodying humility, simplicity, and trust. This ivory image of Señora Santo Niño is under the care of Don Elmer Calderon Pasco from Amaya, Tanza, Cavite.
Mater Dolorosa. Our Lady of $7 are named by which Mary, Mother of Jesus, is referred to in relation to sorrows in life. As Mater Dolorosa, it is also a key subject for Marian art in the Catholic Church. The Seven Sorrows of Mary are popular religious theme and a Catholic devotion. In Christian imagery, the Virgin Mary is portrayed sorrowful and in tears, with one or seven swords piercing her heart. Iconography based on the prophecy of Simon in Luke chapter 2, verses 34 to 35. The Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows is liturgically celebrated every 15th of September. The image is under the care of Miss Ellie Estacion del Rosario of Tanza, Cavite.
Assisting the image is the sound system sponsored by Councilor Alexis Dolores. Maraming salamat po. Nuestra Señora de los Dolores de Sevilla. The Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows grew in popularity in the 12th century. Although under the various titles, some writings would place its roots in the 11th century, especially among the Benedictine monks. Our Lady of Sorrows is often depicted with either one or seven swords piercing her heart. The first in the reference to the prophecy of Simeon, the second to the seven sorrows. The type dates from the latter part of the 15th century. The image of Nuestra Señora de los Dolores de Sevilla is under the care of Honorable Luisito de la Cruz, Municipal Administrator of Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession.
Gran Dolor y San Juan. Virgen Alegría. Is the depiction of the joy of Mary in meeting her son at dawn, on the day of his resurrection. This event is celebrated annually in all churches of the Philippines during Easter time. The Virgen Alegría del Encuentro, also known locally as the Virgen ng Salubong, reenacts the event when Blessed Mother was in grief and was shrouded with a black veil while mourning for her buried son. On the dawn of Easter, she meets her resurrected son for the first time, and the veil is lifted by an angel and reveals the joy of the mother of the resurrected Christ in the holy encounter. The image is under the care of Sashi Esmeralda and Arvin Lindanya of Tanza, Cavite. Nuestra Señora de los Ángeles de Atimonan. Atimonan was based on the image of Nuestra Señora de Apocalypsis carved by Bernardo Legarda, found in the camarin of the Convento de San Francisco in Popayan, Colombia. When the Franciscans brought devotion to the Philippines, particularly in Quezon Province, the name was changed to that of the Nuestra Señora de los Ángeles. The devotion to Nuestra Señora de los Ángeles began in the 1600s, while the arrival of the Franciscans in Atimonan. Due to her miracles, the Virgin of the Ángeles was regarded as the patroness and protectress of Atimonan, and the devotion grew stronger in Atimonan. The winged Madonna and Child received the honor of episcopal coronation on August 2, 2012. This image is under the care of Mr. Kevin Mark Blancaflor from Tanza, Cavite.
Our next karosa, Nuestra Señora Immaculada Corazon de Maria. The Immaculate Heart of Mary is a Roman Catholic devotion which refers to the view of the interior life of Mary, her joys and sorrows, her virtues and hidden perfections, and above all, her virginal love for God the Father, and her maternal love for her Son Jesus Christ, and her motherly and compassionate love for all mankind. The image is under the care of Miss Anjanette Amposta from Tanza, Cavite, while the image of Nuestra Señora Immaculada Corazon de Maria is accompanied by the students of Far East Asia Pacific Institute of Tourism, Science and Technology Colleges and Tanza, Cavite. We would like to extend our special thanks to Engineer Gerald Gidiones, the school administrator, the faculty, and the students for being with us in the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po. Once again, we would like to extend our special thanks to the students of Via Pizza Tanza for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po.
Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario de Tanza. Dominic experienced an apparition of Blessed Mother Mary while in the coma, which forever links Saint Dominic and the Rosary. The Immaculate Mary with the three angels appeared. Shortly after this apparition, he preached the Holy Rosary to the unconverted Albigensian heretics to modify the Paternoster. And in compliance with the instruction in the apparition, the design of the St. Dominic Rosary came into being. To set apart 15 mysteries of the Rosary, grouped them into 3 sets of 5 decades each. The image is under the care of Miss Florita Escarilla of Tanza, Cavite.
We would like to extend special thanks to the sound system sponsored by our Municipal Mayor, Honorable Arcangelo S. Matro, our Hermano Mayor for the 14th Tanza Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po. Nuestra Señora del Rosario de Fatima. Rosary of Fatima was based on the apparition reported to have been experienced in 1917 by 3 shepherd children, Fatima, Portugal. The 3 children were Dos Santos, later Sister Lucia of Fatima, her cousins Jacinta and Francisco Marto. The image of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary of Fatima is under the care of Mrs. Socorro Murillo from Barangay Santol, Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. The next carosa, Nuestra Señora de la Immaculada Concepción y Triunfo de la Cruz de Migpami. The beautiful and unique image of Nuestra Señora de Triunfo de la Cruz of Osamis City, also known as Virgen Sakota. The face of the Virgin was pristine and unique beauty with expressive eyes and a beautiful smile, as she is assuring her maternal love to those who will venerate her. The hands of the Virgin were in prayer position, and she was standing upright. The image wears a crown and wearing a scapular, which will be discussed later on. The image has been referred by the locals simply as Virgen Sakota or Virgen of the Fourth, although its actual title is Nuestra Señora del Triunfo de la Cruz, Our Lady of Triumph, a name taken after the flagship of Father Jose Ducos, S.J. The Feast of the Virgin are observed every 16th of July in commemoration of the miracle of protection to the city of Osamis. The image is under the care of Mr. Aladel C. Ranay of Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining for the first time the Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po.
The next carosa, Nuestra Señora de Lourdes. This image of Our Lady of Lourdes was reportedly occurred in 1858 in the vicinity of Lourdes in France. The first of these in the apparition of 11 February 1858, when Bernadette Subiru, a 14-year-old peasant girl, told her mother that a lady spoke to her in the cave of Masabiel, a mile from the town, while she was gathering firewood with her sister and a friend. Similar apparitions of the alleged lady were reported on 17 occasions that year, until the climax revelation of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception took place. This image is under the care of the Samahan ng Mahal na Birhen ng Lourdes from the Diocesan Shrine of San Augustine.
Our next carosa, Nuestra Señora de La Salette. Our Lady of La Salette is a title for the Virgin Mary following an 1846 apparition to 2 children. The apparition's message is one of the repentance and conversion, emphasizing the need to keep the Sabbath holy and not misuse God's name. The Catholic Church officially recognized the apparition in 1851, and her feast day is celebrated on September 19. The story serves as a reminder of Mary's enduring presence and guidance, and continued to inspire the devotion, focuses on prayer, repentance, and spiritual renewal. The image of Nuestra Señora de La Salette is under the care of Mr. Christopher A. Pulido and family of Tanza, Cavite. Maraming salamat.
Nuestra Señora de la Medalla Milagrosa. Saint Catherine of Labor stated that on July 18, 1830, the eve of the feast of Saint Vincent, she woke up after hearing the voice of one child calling her to the chapel, where she heard the Virgin Mary say to her, "God wishes to change you with a mission. You will be contradicted, but do not fear. You will have the grace to do what is necessary." On November 27, 1830, Catherine reported that the Blessed Mother returned during evening meditations. She displayed herself inside an oval frame standing upon a globe. She wore many rings set with gems that shone rays of light over the globe. Around the margin of the frame appeared the words, "O Mary conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee." The image is under the care of the Hijos at Hijas de Maria from the Diocesan Shrine of St. Augustine.
Joining the image are the members of the Samahan ng Hijos at Hijas de Maria from our parish. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikiisa. Our next karosa, Nuestra Señora del Perpetual Socorro. Nuestra Señora del Perpetuo Socorro is a Roman Catholic title of the Blessed Virgin Mary, as represented and celebrated in the 15th century Byzantine icon. Our Lady of Perpetual Help is formerly known in the country as the Holy Virgin of Baclaran and is widely venerated by Filipino Catholics and overseas Filipino communities. A German copy of the icon is venerated in the National Shrine of Our Lady and Mother of Perpetual Help in Baclaran, Parañaque City, Metro Manila. Every Wednesday, many congregations hold recitation, Rosary, and the icons associated novena, and the Holy Mass in its honor. Under the care of the Samahan ng Ina ng Laging Saklolo from the Diocesan Shrine of San Augustine. Joining the image of Our Lady of Perpetual Help are the members of the Samahan ng Ina ng Laging Saklolo from our parish. Maraming salamat po for being with us in the celebration of the
next, Nuestra Señora de Monte Carmel. This image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel into the Virgin in the Holy Land during the late 12th and early they built of their hermitages a chapel which they dedicated to the Blessed Virgin, who lived of in chivalric terms as the Lady of the place. Since the popular devotion to Our Lady of Mount Carmel has centered on the scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, also known as the Brown Scapular, a sacramental associated with promises of special aid for the salvation of the devoted wearer. Traditionally, Mary is said to have given the scapular to an early Carmelite named Saint Simon Stock. The image ng mahal ng Carmen from the diocesan shrine of San Augustine.
The next karosa, Nuestra Señora de los Dolores de Turumba. The image, according to tradition, belonged to some missionaries who crossed Laguna de Bay in a launch. When the launch was shipwrecked, some of its relics were washed ashore, including the icon of the Virgin. On Friday morning, some fishermen found the icon in their nets, believing it to be a religious image. They decided to bring it to the parish church, and they tried sailing in directions with 3 icons until they brought it quickly to the shore near Pangil Church. The image of the Nuestra Señora de los Dolores de Turumba was episcopally crowned by Most Reverend Alejandro Olalia, the Bishop of Lipa, on November 23 to 24 of May 1953. And on May 24, 2021, Pope Francis wrote the decree of the canonical coronation of the image, and the coronation rites took place on the solemnity of the Our Lady of Sorrows on September 15, 2023. The image is under the care of Mr. and Mrs. Gary, Julian, and C. Dones from Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession.
The next carosa, Nuestra Señora de los Desamparados de Marikina. The venerable image of Nuestra Señora de los Desamparados de Marikina follows the typical Madonna and Child model. The Virgin is holding a sheaf of lilies while holding the child Jesus on the other. The child Jesus on the other hand is holding a small cross on his hand while holding a dove in the opposite, facing the Virgin. The Madonna and Child both wears a set of crowns to 12 Estrella Aurelia that are given by devotees as ex votos. The canonical coronation ceremony took place in October 23, 2005 with Archbishop of Manila, Gaudencio Cardinal Rosales. The image is under the care of Ms. Tony Lungkay and family from Tanza, Cavite.
Nuestra Señora de Salvación. Nuestra Señora de Salvación is the Catholic icon of the Blessed Virgin Mary as the co-redemptress to mankind. The devotion to Our Lady of Salvation is based on a wooden statue of the Virgin Mary that was first venerated in Horawan, now part of TV Albay in the Philippines. The image was canonically crowned by the Catholic Church on August 25, 1976 as the heavenly patroness of the province of Albay. The original 18th century image of Our Lady of Salvation reflects her role in helping her Son Jesus Christ to save mankind from the snares of the devil. On December 8, 1975, Bishop Teofimo Patris of the Diocese of Legazpi formally declared the Virgin Mary with the title, Our Lady of Salvation, as the heavenly patroness of Albay. The image is under the care of Mr. Jose Marie E. Salvador from Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession.
The next carosa, Nuestra Señora del Pronto Socorro de Biglang Awa. In 1621, the Spanish Jesuit missionaries brought the 3-foot Marian image to Boac from Mexico via Manila, Acapulco, galleon trade. So began the people's devotion to the image of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and from this point, she will begin to manifest her maternal protection to her chosen abode in the island province of Marinduque. The devotion to Virgin of Biglang Awa continues to flourish up to this day. Pilgrims from neighboring islands and other parts of the country. Her feast day is celebrated every November 11. Due to the numerous miracles that were reported through her intercession, the image was canonically crowned on May 10, 1958, officiated by servant of God Bishop Alfredo Maria Obiar, Apostolic Administrator of the Diocese of Lucena. The image is under the care of Ms. Marina Monteroso Perin and family from Tanza, Cavite.
We would like to extend our special thanks to the sound system sponsored by Councilor Adre Torres. Maraming salamat po. Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario de Manawag. The Our Lady of the Holy Rosary of Manawag is a Roman Catholic title of the Blessed Virgin Mary, venerated in Manawag, Pangasinan. The statue of Our Lady of Manawag is a 17th century ivory image of the Virgin Mary with the child Jesus, enshrined at the high altar of the Basilica. It was brought to the Philippines from Spain via Manila galleon from Acapulco in the early 17th century by the priest Juan de San Jacinto. Our Lady of the Holy Rosary is depicted in other countries with similar attributes, with the concerns and style of the vestments varying across culture. The image is under the care of Miss Aurora Sosa of Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario de Peñafrancia de Naga. One of the most popular and most venerated image of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the country. The image is a wooden statue of the pattern after the image of Virgen del Santísimo Rosario de Peñafrancia in Salamanca, Spain, and Nuestra Señora de Peñafrancia de Manila in Paco, with several miracles that would fill many volumes to its history, and the affection that Bicolanos showered to her earned the title as the principal patroness and queen of a Bicol region, or simply Ina to her devotees, Bicolanos and non-Bicolanos alike. It is currently enshrined at the Basilica Minore de Nuestra Señora de Peñafrancia in Naga City, Camarines Sur, and millions of pilgrims and devotees arrive in Naga City every September for the 9-day novena and fiesta festivities in honor of Our Lady of Peñafrancia. The image is under the care of the late Flavio and Norma Redondo, with its recamadero Ms. Normita Carandang and Arnold Ranera and family from Tanza, Cavite. Viva la Virgen! Viva la Virgen! Viva Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario de Peñafrancia!
The next carroza, Nuestra Señora de Guia. Nuestra Señora de Guia is considered as the oldest Marian statue in the Philippines. There were different historical theories regarding the origin of this image, either from the Ferdinand Magellan expedition or from Chinese traders. The wooden Black Madonna statue is locally venerated as patroness of navigators and travelers since the Spanish times. The image is enshrined at the Diocesan Shrine of Nuestra Señora de Guia, popularly known as the Ermita Church in Ermita, Manila. The image was given a canonical coronation on Rizal Day, December 30, 1955, by the Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines, Archbishop Egidio Vagnosi. The image is under the care of the late Paul Andrew Ramos and family of Poblacion, Tanza, Cavite.
Nuestra Señora de Caysasay. The image of Nuestra Señora de Caysasay or La Immaculate Conception de Caysasay is a statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary venerated at the Archdiocesan Shrine of Our Lady of Caysasay in Taal, Batangas. The image which depicts the Immaculate Conception and is believed to be one of the oldest in the country, having been found in 1603 by a fisherman fishing in the Pacific River. On December 8, 1954, 200 years after the Great Taal eruption, the image of Our Lady of Caysasay was canonically crowned at the Basilica of San Martin de Tours in Taal, Batangas by Spanish Cardinal Fernando Quiroga, representing Pope Pius XII. The image is under the care of Mr. Joey Estacion Alarca from Tanza, Cavite.
The next carroza, Nuestra Señora de Fatima de Binakayan. The image of Nuestra Señora de Fatima venerated in Binakayan, Kawit, Cavite began in the 1960s when an American couple brought a beautiful image of Our Lady of Fatima from Portugal to spread the devotion at the Virgin of Fatima in Cavite. The image traveled around the Diocese of Imus in 1968 to further spread the devotion to the Holy Rosary and the messages of peace and conversion as given by the Virgin to the 3 shepherd children in Fatima, Portugal. The image was later placed in his home parish in Bantayan in 1970 until it was later moved to its current location in Binakayan in 1996. The image received the honor of episcopal coronation on May 13, 2009. The crown used for the coronation is the crown donation of the Shrine of Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal. The image is under the care of Daryl Alcantara Santiago and family.
Thank you very much for being with us in the celebration of the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. The image of the Our Lady of Fatima Binakayan was canonically crowned last May 1, 2025. Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario, Reina de Caracol. The Virgin Mary of the Rosary in Rosario, Cavite is noted for its colorful tradition of caracol that draws thousands to millions of devotees from the surrounding towns of Cavite up through Metro Manila and other areas around the country. The icon of the Virgin is painted on canvas and framed in wood with silver adornments. The venerated icon is enthroned at the altar of the parish of the Holy Rosary in Rosario, Cavite. The town fiesta of Rosario, or the Feast of Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary, is celebrated twice a year. The first is in its month of May, held on the third Saturday of the month. The second is on the first Saturday of October to celebrate the Feast of Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary. The festivities include the ritual dance procession called Caracol, meaning prayer through dancing. During the eve of the fiesta, the Virgin stays on an andas during the dance procession, which is then carried on the shoulders by her devotees. The venerable image of Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario, the Reina de Caracol, venerated at the diocesan shrine and parish of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary, was granted and received the honor of a pontifical coronation on October 9, 2025. Mapalangit, mapalupa, ikaw ang nag-iisang Reina de Caracol. The image is under the care of Mr. Marlon Bull de Legazpi from Rosario, Cavite. Thank you for being part of the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession.
The next carroza, Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario, la Naval de Manila. The image of Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario La Naval de Manila, colloquially known as Our Lady of La Naval de Manila, is one of the most miraculous and the most important in the country. As with the Battle of Lepanto of 1571, Filipinos credit her intercession for successfully repulsing Dutch invasion during the battles of La Naval de Manila in 1646. The image of Our Lady of La Naval, whose feast is celebrated every second Sunday of October, is a 16th century ivory and wood statue enshrined at the Santo Domingo Church. Pope Pius X authorized granting the statue a canonical crown in 1906, which was bestowed by the Apostolic Delegate to the Philippines, the Most Reverend Ambrose Agius, OSP. The canonical coronation of the Santo Rosario is the first in Philippine church history and in Asia. The image is under the care of Madame Cynthia Hansuy of Tanza, Cavite.
Accompanying the image of Our Lady of Holy Rosary of La Naval de Manila are the employees of Daily Excellence and the Palestinian Bank. The image of Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario, La Naval de Manila, is under the care of Madame Cynthia Hansoy. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikisa sa selebrasyon ng 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. again, thank you very much to Madam Cynthia Hansoy for allowing the image of Nuestra Señora del Rosario na Naval de Manila in the celebration of the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po. Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Imus. The venerated image of Nana Pilar is that of an Italiano image of the Blessed Virgin with the child Jesus standing in a pillar. However, as years pass by, the image is vested with real clothes, unlike the common depictions of the Virgin of the Pillar, where the Blessed Mother is holding her dress while holding her son. The image is unique for the image it was titled, and her left arm is outstretched, showing that she is there ready for some in need. On November 25, 1961, Pope St. John the 23rd established the Diocese of Imus, and the Church of Our Lady of the Pillar became the seat of the diocese with the Nuestra Señora del Pilar as its titular patroness. With the miracles of Nana Pilar that she performed to her devotees, Pope Benedict XVI granted the canonical coronation of the image. The canonical coronation was carried out on December 3, 2012 in Imus Cathedral by Luis Antonio Cardinal Tagle in celebration of the Golden Jubilee of the diocese. The image of Nuestra Señora del Pilar is under the care of the Samahang Haligi ni Maria. We would like to extend our special thanks to everyone and also to the Camarera for allowing the image of Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Imus to join the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po. Once again, we would like to extend our special thanks to the Samahang Haligi ni Maria for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikiisa. Nuestra Señora de la Soledad de Portavaga, Reina de Cavite, Luz de Pilipinas. A legend narrates that during the Spanish colonial era, at the peak of Cavite's economic prosperity, because of the Manila-Acapulco galleon trade, a small detachment of the Spanish Guardia Civil was stationed at a garita located at Portavaga of Cavite Puerto, and at the end of the isthmus separating it from its barrio San Roque. The icon was used to bless departing trade galleons, playing the route between Cavite and Acapulco, Mexico, earning the title the Patroness of the Galleons, while stories of its miraculous power thus earned the title the Virgin of Thousand Miracles. Through the joint efforts of Monsignor Baraquiel Mojica and Bishop Felix Perez of the Diocese of Imus, the image was crowned on November 17, 1978 by then Apostolic Nuncio of the Philippines, Bruno Tapigliani, and as a form of recognition of the Virgin under the title of Queen of Cavite. And on March 19, 2018, Pope Francis officially granted a decree of canonical coronation towards the venerated image, and the coronation took place on November 18, 2018. The rite of conferring the original icon and its intangible properties as the national culture treasure took place on November 24, 2018. The image is enshrined at the Diocesan Shrine of Nuestra Señora de La Soledad de Portabaga, Parish of San Roque in Cavite City. The image is under the care of the Cofradía de la Virgen de la Soledad de Portabaga Incorporated. Nuestra Señora de la Soledad de Portabaga, Reina de Cavite, Luz de Filipinas, ¡Viva la Virgen! ¡Viva la Virgen! ¡Viva la Virgen!
The next carroza, La Virgen María, Madre de Dios. It's a feast day of the Blessed Virgin Mary under the aspect of her motherhood of Jesus. The feast of the Mother of Jesus. The English title Mother of God is a literal translation of the Latin title Mater Dei, which is a rendering of the Greek title meaning bearer of God, dogmatically adopted by the First Council of Ephesus as an assertion of the divinity of Christ. The Second Vatican Council stated clearly from the earliest time the Blessed Virgin is honored under the title of Mother of God, and at an early stage the Church in Rome celebrated on January 1st. This image is under the care of Mr. John Albert Yolanco of Hulugan, Tanza, Cavite.
Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. Maraming salamat po. Nuestra Señora de la Asunción de Maragondon. The image is a wooden detallado image of the Blessed Virgin Mary with ivory hands and face of oriental features. The devotion to Nuestra Señora de la Asunción de Maragondon dates back to 1585 with the arrival of the Franciscan missionaries in Cavite and began their teaching work in Silang, Indang, and Maragondon. And in Maragondon, its visita was established as part of Silang in 1595 until this mission was turned over to the Jesuits in 1599. Since the enthronement of the image of Nuestra Señora de la Asunción de Maragondon, numerous miracles were attributed to her miraculous intercession and from granting favors to her devotees, healing the sick and helping childless couples to have children. Due to numerous miracles attributed to her intercession, the altar image of the Virgen Nakatayo of the Nuestra Señora de la Asunción de Maragondon was episcopally crowned on December 14, 1997. Here in the Diocesan Shrine of San Augustine, the image of Nuestra Señora de la Asunción de Maragondon is under the care of Mr. John Michael A. Blesa and family from Tanza, Cavite. Thank you very much for joining the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession. La festejada Nuestra Adorada Immaculate Conception. Catholic Church was the conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the womb of her mother, Saint Anne, free from original sin by virtue of the perceived merits of the Son Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church teaches that Mary was conceived by normal biological means, but God acted upon her soul, keeping her immaculate at the time of her conception. The Immaculate Conception is commonly mistaken to be the conception of the child Jesus in her womb and the virgin birth of Jesus. These are covered by the doctrine of incarnation, while the Immaculate Conception deals with the conception of Mary herself, not that of her son. The image of Nuestra Adorada Immaculada Concepcion, La Festijada, is under the care of Ms. Maria Lea Evangeline Reyes Sanizal from Tanza, Cavite. Viva la Virgen! Viva la Virgen! Viva la Virgen! And at this juncture, we would like to invite our fellow parishioners to join our procession. Maraming salamat po for being part of the 14th Tanza Grand Marian Procession in honor of the Immaculate Conception. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.